Hi friend, David here from Learn Christmas Lighting, and one of the first things that you want to do when you're getting ready for your display is you want to normalize your audio. You want to get that audio ready so that even before you sequence, you're bringing in a track of audio that is at the same volume level as all your other tracks. And this is really important for anybody, for any show, because sometimes if you've bought audio from different places, or some you got off CDs and ripped them in back in the day, and some you bought digitally, and some you bought digitally maybe from another online store, the volume level can be very different between not only the same track at different stores, but also newer tracks versus older tracks. And we don't want people in their cars outside watching our display to have to constantly fiddle with the volume knob on their radio. We want to do that for them. And so that's called normalizing. The first thing we're going to do to get this done is I'm going to go and find my track. So a track that I'm doing here is O Come, O Come Emmanuel by August Burns Red. That's what I'm going to do this year for my show. And I'm just going to go and press right click and get song info, okay? Or it's Apple I or Control I. And I'm going to go to file here. Now, what I'm looking for is kind. I want this to be an MP3. This one is not. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go here to my file, iTunes preferences. This is in iTunes. Again, if you have it as an MP3 already, you don't have to do this. And go to convert, create MP3 version. Now, your computer might not say this, okay? If your computer says create something else version, then we need to open up the preferences under edit, because this is a Mac program and they stick preferences under edit. Go to, I believe it is import. It's a real small button, so it's a little, oh yeah, right here on the general, it's import settings. Switch this to MP3 encoder or wave encoder. I'm just going to use an MP3 for small file size. Press OK. Then we're going to go, and this was already an MP4, so turning it into a wave isn't magically going to get me more better audio anyways. Press OK. And now if I go to File, Convert, it'll show Create MP3 version. It usually happens pretty quick, as you saw right here. Now a new one popped up. If we right-click that, we can click Show in Windows Explorer. Now a Windows Explorer popped up in my other window. I see this file right here. I can see when I mouse over it that it's an MP3 file. So I'm just going to copy it, Control C, and I'm going to put it in my X-Lights folder, which is in C. It is in Documents, actually, I believe. I have so much in here. So I'm going to click X for X-Lights, 2019 Music. Paste that there. Now, let us go ahead real quick and open up Audacity. This is where we're going to normalize the audio. Audacity is a free audio editing program that runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can easily find it. I'll have a link below, or you can just do a web search. And so I'm going to grab this track, and I'm actually going to go ahead and rename it real quick just to keep this simple. So I'm going to type raw after it. So it's O Come Emmanuel raw. Then I'm going to drag it into Audacity. It gets imported. I'm just going to go to Effect. I'm going to go to Normalize. It tells me I need to select everything, so I try that again. Effect and Normalize. I'm going to leave all of this exactly as it is. You can change these settings, but ultimately, you're going to have a volume control probably on your computer or on your Pi players, so you don't have to really get this perfectly. Or, your FM transmitter will have a volume. So again, you've got volume knobs. As long as they're all the same, that's what's key. And we'll press OK. We'll let the filter run. And now we've got a normalized track. I'm going to go ahead, save, export it as an MP3. I'm going to call it O Come Emmanuel Normalized, and I'm going to get rid of that. Track name, and then I'm going to write the artist as well. Boom. Can just do the standard quality, press save, press OK, let it go. And then at that point, once it's done, we now have a new track inside our Windows Explorer. I'm not going to save it. I can even get rid of the raw one because I've got my normalized now. I've got that track. It's now ready to bring in to a new sequence, ready to go for my show.